Good morning, everyone. As promised, today we will carry on with the 7 training steps, or 8 training steps that I apply for horses, which is also related to our spiritual walk with the Lord. And I'm quickly going to mention the 8. The first one is relax, then second, rhythm, 3, suppleness, 4, connection, 5, impulsion, 6, straightness, 7, collection, 8, communication. That is all to do with our relationship. So yesterday or the day before, we were talking about relaxation, getting into that place of peace where you can be on the same where there's peace and joy, and where God's Spirit wants to be. Where you want to be, God's Spirit wants to be there. So it's a place of trust, a place of, it's just nice to be there. You're looking forward to that specific place of relaxation. It's not a stress place. It's not a place where you're going to get judged. It's not a place where you, on your part, can just moan and groan and complain all the time. It is a place where, yes, you can talk, but then you have to get to that point where you leave it at the feet of the Lord and walk away with His peace and with His joy and strength. So the second one is rhythm. What does rhythm really mean? It means you have to have sort of a pattern of doing things. A rhythm, sometimes our brain's in one place and our mind is in one place. Our body is in another. You can be working at your desk, but you can be having a holiday in your head in the Seychelles. And then your spirit can be in the other kingdom or in God's kingdom. So your spirit can. So the 3 must be in line. Sometimes when I work with horses, they like trotting, and then they're walking, and then they cantering, and then their paces differ, then they quickly trotting, and then slowly trotting, and there's no rhythm. There's nothing there. There isn't a slow. It's like a wave that needs to have the same wavelength. That's what we're aiming to do, and that is practice. When I work with a young horse, they rush off and then they back. So you have to work slowly with them, calmly, stay in that place of relaxation, that state of relaxation. Let them know that we are doing something together in harmony. We're trying to form a harmony here between us, and then for them moving forward, they need to move harmoniously. So what does it mean for us? Sometimes when we are in the presence of God, we get to that point of relaxation, peace, and we walk away, and the moment we get in our cars and somebody is driving in front of us, or the moment an enemy of us is sorry for my twisting tongue, the moment somebody is bad-mouthing us or questioning us, you get angry, you lose that peace immediately. You lose the rhythm. So you're going rushing off, doing your own thing, getting irritated the whole day, thinking about how bad you are treated. Emotions are all over the place, and you lose that. So rhythm means you keep that peace, you keep that attitude of reverence, holiness, righteousness, and you move forward, and you are just a steady person flowing from the presence of God. Your spirit flows from Him, and you can take that rhythm right through to your soul, and then you can take it through your body. So you don't get anxious, because our bodies sometimes when we look at ourselves, our bodies is the first sign to see when we are stressed, because we are shaking, or we are clenching our teeth, or whatever. You do things and suddenly realize you're stressed out. But that's not the right way around. Actually, you need to pick that up immediately in your spirit. Calm your spirit to say, I trust in the Lord. He is my strength. He who is in me is greater than he that is in the world. You face that stumbling block. You face that fear. You face that challenge in front of you with your soul. That means your mindset is right. Your emotions is under control. You can activate your will or keep anger in. You can use your will to sustain that rhythm. And that will have an outlet, an outpouring into your spirit, into your body. So your body will just be a reaction of what has been done in the spirit. So we need to focus on the spirit and the soul mainly. If we can get that in rhythm, then the outpouring will be in the body. It's the same when I work with the horses. If I work on my trust, I work on their mindset. A young horse is often all over the place. He's looking at a bag there in the vineyards. He sees somebody walking by. He is watching everything, because a horse has a fight and flight mechanism. So he needs to protect himself. But the moment he can trust me, knowing that I will not let anything happen to him, then he can let go of that fight and flight mechanism. He can focus on me, listen to my voice, listen to my commands, and he can follow out the instructions and actually focus on having that rhythm. Focus on not rushing off, having the same tempo that he needs to, the same speed, going on the same speed, moving correctly on the right leg. He can focus actually on what he needs to do. When it's the same with us, when we can get to that place where we can trust God that He will take care of us. He will take care of the people passing by and the fearful things that's out there. We don't have to run off and protect ourselves. God will protect us. And when we're in the safe place, which is in His Spirit, working with Him in His Spirit, He is training us to move with His Spirit. Because we have His Spirit in us. So we need to tap into the rhythm of His Spirit. We don't have. So the first key in rhythm is actually to be able to trust enough, knowing that He will protect us, to listen to Him, to obey, because He gives us clear instructions, and what He is training us and what He is teaching us, I don't have to understand it. I don't have to understand why the Lord is asking me to do this or that. Often we question God. And I get that with horses also. They get like, why must I do this now? I don't like doing this. I don't like trotting. I want to canter. I don't like running around in a circle at the same speed. But I have a plan in my mind. I have a purpose in my mind. In my mind, I'm trying to build rhythm. Always the first part is that relaxation, that connection with them, to be at peace, never to rush off, never to enter into that fear, fight and flight mode, and trust. So the trust, the more we do the same exercise, and we can never move to another level unless we've accomplished the level we are at now. So you cannot go from peace to perfect a connection, because to get that connection, that deeper connection with God, which is now level 4, to get to that deeper connection, you have to have a faith base, a trust base. You have to be able to keep rhythm, because if God shares something with you that you cannot deal with, then you're going to run off in fight and flight mode. If God's going to tell you there's a famine coming up, like He's talking to the prophets of the Old Testament, and if the prophet doesn't have all of these, then he's going to go into a panic and run off and start packing cupboards and buying stuff. And no, you keep the relaxation, that peace. You keep the rhythm, and you can enter that place of connection where God can truly reveal his heart to you. And he can trust you that you won't run off because you have proven that you have done these steps. And you can trust him that he would not lie to you. He doesn't want to put you in fear. He wants to share something with you that you can prepare yourself and all the people around you that you are assigned to. So it's very important that we get to understand why we sometimes have to go through certain training exercises. Why we often, say for instance, I struggle with anger. And how do you overcome anger? By meeting people that make you angry. That is how so the more you get to have people that is just wiring up you the wrong way, the more you get to in that position where you need to have control, you need to stay in that rhythm of God, the easier it's going to get. So you're going to run around in a circle, and you're going to do this exercise over and over, and the Lord will allow people to come your way that will make you angry, because you have to overcome that peaks of anger and peaks of resentment, and you have to learn to keep the rhythm. You have to learn to keep the spirit. You have to train yourself. You have to constrain yourself to go at the same rhythm. Keep your love. Keep in the love of God. Speak with kindness. Love covers a multitude of sins. So you know that you stay in that love. You stay in that connection with God. You stay in that peace. The enemy hates that. The enemy hates that. So the more you're going to get to that point, the more he's going to send people. And then one day he's going to realize, it's not working anymore. But at that point, you already have overcome that. You already have mastered the ability to stay in rhythm. So understand how God works with you. To me, it is wonderful that the Lord teaching me through the horses how he works with us. It's a wonderful tool for me to understand and to see to the world out there how he really helps. If I can help people the way God helps me, to teach them to stay in rhythm, it will be wonderful for people to manage and control their souls. Because remember, the battlefield of the enemy is the soul. If you can get your mind to calmness, to tune into the spirit, your emotions under control, and you will under the will of God. In other words, not doing your own thing, not running off in fear, not making your own plan because God takes too long. You keep in control and rhythm. I hope today's lesson helped you a lot, and we will carry on with our next session with suppleness.